Hello and welcome to today's event. I'm Gary Turak, the founder of the National Society of Leadership and Success. And today I'm honored to be in conversation with His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, and bring to you his thoughts on leadership, as well as his message of love, humility, and compassion. His Holiness is the most recognized religious leader in the world. He's a man of peace, a Nobel Prize winner, and the spiritual leader of the Tibetan people. He's joining us today from his home in India, where he has lived for 60 years. Today, we will be discussing leadership, happiness, and how we together can make the world a better place. NSLS members watching from across the country, it is my privilege to welcome you, His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. Your Holiness, thank you for joining us. Tashida Lek.
Okay.
Your Holiness, our organization is the largest student leadership honor society in the United States, with over 1.4 million members at over 700 colleges. We've recently been joined by world leaders such as President Obama, President Bush, and because you are someone who consistently, regardless of someone's religion or background, has looked to make this a more compassionate, kind world, it is my honor to have you here today before our members as an example of a leader. Now, in addition to our members that are participating nationwide, we have a few students here today who will be asking their questions later in the program. Hey, everyone. Great to see you guys. Your Holiness, we will have 10 questions today on leadership and success. My wife shared with me one of your quotes, which I love. The quote is, "My religion is kindness." Spreading kindness resonates with our mission. That's what NSLS is all about. We're a community of leaders looking to make a better world. The guiding question that I founded our organization on is, how can I help the greatest number of people in the greatest way? So my first question to you is this. As we are on this path, looking to make a positive impact, is there any advice that you can give us as an organization or as individual members in the organization looking to better our own lives, better the lives of others, and make a positive impact in the world?
Basically, we human being is a social animal. No human individual survive without a human community. So as a social animal, your individual survival entirely depend on the community. Then in the community, in order to bring closer or trust to you, you should sort of say, you should develop genuine sense of affection to others. Even an animal without a sophisticated brain as a human being, when you show them your sincere, your love, then they appreciate. So we human beings, the most important as a social animal, in order to bring together and a selfish viewpoint, in order to get most trusted friend, you should keep warm-heartedness or compassion. So then from the birth, we all, you see, received the maximum affection from our mother. So we all have the seed of affection. So now we should pay more attention about our warm-heartedness or altruism. Sometimes I feel we, when we were young, we very much appreciate others' affection. You yourself, affection towards your own mother, your own brothers, sisters, your family member. So, and then eventually we feel, I can manage I myself. No need others' affection. That kind of, how say they, short-sighted. And then another problem, education. You see, not pay much attention about importance of warm-heartedness. Because the existing modern education is a very much emphasis about material value. So therefore, existing modern education, now we should add more the explanation according to scientist sort of say, thinking or scientific finding. More warm-heartedness here, automatically your mind become more peaceful. Too much self-centered, selfish thinking, then your mind much sort of narrow. Through that way, fear, and with fear, anger, suspicion. So therefore, the irrespective whether a believer or non-believer, and believe this religion, that is a personal matter. As a human being, as a social animal, we need warm-heartedness. So, the warm-heartedness or compassion is the key factor for happy individual, happy family, then eventually happy community. Now today, I can say, is it each individual keeping more warm-heartedness, then entire humanity become much more happier. So through education, through explanation, and including scientific finding, we can teach our younger people, student, the intellectual knowledge important. At the same time, warm-heartedness is equally very important, without touching any religion, any faith. So I feel education field should include as a also the in order to bring peaceful mind, or another word, healthy body, meantime healthy mind, healthy emotion. So whether a non-believer, yes, human brother, human sister, we have to live together. So, warm-heartedness is a universal value, very important. So, I feel our existing education, we should pay something about how to build a healthy mind, with that healthy body. And also we can say, in order to bring a smiling face, that's important. Just sense of too much competition, and then brings a suspicion. Then even a smile come, very artificial smile. Artificial smile, instead of bring some trust, more suspicion. So therefore, the one human quality in order to have a happy human being, the compassion or altruism is very important. So people generally is when we talk about compassion, loving kindness, the people consider there is something religious matter. This is not. So now, according to Indian secular sort of value is warm-heartedness, like that. So therefore, I, Buddhist monk, but when I met people, I never sort of try to become Buddhist. I remain as one of the human being. Then, according to my own experience, the warm-heartedness is really very, very useful for myself on human level. So therefore, the warm-heartedness, altruism, is something very important, which in our existing education field should include that, not as a religion, but in order to bring inner strength, inner peace, and through that way, in order to bring real peaceful world in human history. You see, we human beings are very intelligent, but we neglect about, you see, warm-heartedness. As a result, now in past several centuries, war, killing, mainly we human creation. So now everybody want peaceful world. So peace not come from sky, but peace must develop here in our own mind. Then you see, develop very cordial, compassionate relation with human brothers, sisters. Yes, now, next.
Thank you, Your Holiness. What I really love about your answer is that in answer to the question about bettering our own lives and making a positive impact in the world, you turn it back to the individual. In that, I heard something recently where somebody said, many people will say, let me go out and change the world. And not as many will say, let me go out and change myself. And I love the simplicity of changing your own heart to change the world. So thank you for that. Now, as you know, there will be many times when our members will be in leadership roles and potentially faced with significant challenges. Challenges so great that at times they may lose hope and think about whether they should continue on or give up. So my question to you is this: As someone who has faced tremendous challenges and as someone who has demonstrated extraordinary perseverance in your own life, could you share with our members anything that could help them when they face challenges in their journeys ahead?
Now today, is a whole world or system, democratic system. And except some totalitarian system. Otherwise, it's a free world. You see, in order to become leader, the public support is the key thing. And once you elected, and also you see, you need a genuine concern about public support. So therefore, the leader, in order to keep trust from the public, so you should be honest, truthful. The honest, truthful, very much related with warm-heartedness. So, and then the warm-heartedness bring inner strength, self-confidence. And then, as a we human being, our brain, human wisdom, combine warm-heartedness and human intelligence, combine these two things, then you get, firstly, self-confidence. That brings inner strength. Then on the public level, also, you see, that through that way, the public can trust, respect. So now, leaders, not just cleverness or cunning. These are, I feel, outdated. Now we must be honest, truthful. That's very much related with altruism. So that related with concept of oneness of 7 billion human beings. I believe that. Okay. So.
Thank you. Now we now have some questions. Oh, please go ahead.
So I feel human intelligence and human warm-heartedness, these two things combine, then say any sort of problem, mainly you see problem created by human being, that automatically reduce. Then the problem like warming, climate condition, these are something beyond, but a little connection, we should pay more attention about environment like that. So I feel from our brain ability and warm-heartedness, these two things combine, then we can move forward. We never, go backward. In the past, just thinking about power, and then self-centered, selfish. Through that way, you see, these violence is happen. In the past, almost like authoritarian kings, queens, and then a modern political system, also authoritarian sort of system. So these are now outdated. Now everywhere, you say, believe democracy or through election. So with that, the public trust is the key factor. For that, intelligence and warm-heartedness, these combine. Yes, I feel that. Okay, next question.
Yes, we now have some questions from some members. Your Holiness, I'd like to introduce you to a few of our members who will be asking questions today. Hi there. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves to His Holiness. Please let him know your name and where you go to school. Let's start with Faith.
Hi, I'm Faith, and I go to the University of Illinois at Springfield.
Alec?
Hello, I'm Alec Lloyd, and I go to Colorado State University Global.
Eleftheria?
Hi, I'm Eleftheria Euripides, and I go to Wake Forest University.
Thank you for the introductions. Faith, let's begin with you. Please ask Your Holiness, His Holiness, your first question.
Your Holiness, my question to you is this. Do you ever feel angry or outraged? And if so, how do you manage that? Also, what advice do you have for those of us who might find ourselves feeling these emotions? Thank you.
When I was young, of course, sometimes you see anger. But gradually, I train. And then also, you see, gain more deeper experiences. So anger is no use. You find some problem and then develop anger. Due to your own anger, the problem become more serious, more trouble. So any problem, you see, should solve through sense of deep responsibility and sense of also the loving kindness, altruism. And you see some some teachers, you say enemy is your best friend. From enemy, usually you see we develop anger. That same object, usually you see anger come. That is best way to keep patience and tolerance. So, I gradually, because of these sort of teaching and also experience, and my own case, since I came to India as a refugee, I really find wherever I live, you see people surround me, it's always show smile as a warm-heartedness. So because of that kind of situation, now these days anger almost not come. Except when I have deep sleep, some mosquito come. Then sometimes a little bit anger. Like that. little bit of sort of frustration like that. And although you see, as a practitioner of compassion, you see, it is absolutely wrong. But sometimes, you see, some mosquito come, do like that. Nowadays, much better. My mind truly, calm, and very much based on altruism, like that. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for helping us understand how to handle our own anger and for your humor. I really appreciate your laughter and smile. So thank you, Faith, for your question. Please ask His Holiness your second question.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Holiness, for your response to my first question. So my second question is that the old question that people have pondered since the beginning of time is what is the meaning of life? Your Holiness, my question to you is this. With all of your experience, study, and teachings, is this a question you're able to answer? Thank you.
We human beings, among the different species of mammals, including birds, insects, among them, you see, no one have this human intelligence. Now we have this human intelligence. Human brain is something very special. So we have much more ability to help other animal surrounding themselves a little bit, otherwise you say cannot do much. Since we have this intelligence and also we have education system, so we can do much more than other animals. So therefore, now we utilize human ability and human compassion in order to help other. That's the best opportunity. And then, broadly speaking, we human beings ourselves, you see, too much sort of anger, too much competition, war, the creation of human being. Now, everybody is really showing world peace. So now, real peace, we human beings have the responsibility to build peaceful world. So in order to create peaceful world, first inner peace very important. So that's we human being, each of us, try to bring inner peace. Through that way, then world peace can achieve. So I feel we human beings have I think only human beings have the ability to build a happy world, happy community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Faith, for your questions. I appreciate that. Next, we have Alec. Alec, please ask His Holiness your first question.
Your Holiness, my question to you is this. What is your process for diffusing conflict and finding common ground between persons, groups, or populations?
Dharamsala. Oh. Now, I think since we become refugee, we suffer a lot before 1959. So now these are suffering actually human creation. So now after we become refugee, you see, we deliberately try to keep more compassionate feeling towards those aggressor. So politically, we are not seeking separation from China or People's Republic of China. We want remain within the People's Republic of China. So that I call middle way, not seeking complete independence, some special connection with the People's Republic of China. And meantime, we should have freedom, mainly preservation of Tibetan culture. Culture is real factor of identity. So we have our own special cultural heritage, including our language. Now today, it seems, you see, Tibetan language is the best language, you see, to explain about Buddhist philosophy and particularly Nalanda tradition, sophisticated logic, or these deep sort of sophisticated philosophy. In these sort of matter, I found Tibetan language is the best language because, you see, 8th century, Tibetan emperor invited the Nalanda scholar, Shandarikshita. He found Tibetan language very rich language. So instead of study Sanskrit or Pali, you should translate all these important Buddhist texts, should translate into Tibetan. So through that way, the Tibetan language now become very rich about Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist logic, these things. Now today, I found Tibetan language is the best language to explain these, also the Nalanda masters, also philosophy, logic, like that. So I always also the concern, preservation of Tibetan language. And then I also, you see, so I, you see, in spite, in the past, you see, Tibetan divided 3 province or Chalka, Yuzhang, Kham, and Amdo. Tibetan local government only one part of Tibet. I come from outside, it's that part of Tibet. So we all Tibetan, you see, basic, except different dialect, are all, you see, same language, so same script, and same culture. We should keep these unique Tibetan cultural heritage. And now I found we have ability to make contribution, you see, worldwide, and including scientists, about, you see, emotion, about peace of mind. You see, we have much more experience and knowledge. So number of scientists, they really appreciate our knowledge, how to keep peace of mind, how to tackle our anger, like that. So So that's our main concern, preservation of Tibetan culture, Tibetan knowledge. Politically, we very much are happy remain within the People's Republic of China.
Conflict in the couple, this kind of the never so
So, when we, including Tibetan problem, when we think locally or narrow way, then we feel anger, too much frustration. If we think broad, and then you see, you can get more realistic view. Too much emotion cannot see the reality. With a peace of mind, we can see the reality. Then you see any method, realistic way, there is possibility to achieve. Too much sort of desire. I want that. We want that. Regardless other sort of feeling. Then there's a one-sided sort of view. So as a human, as a community, now we must utilize human intelligence to see things more long-term and broadly. That's important. Yes.
Thank you, Your Holiness. And I appreciate the message in terms of how this also ties in with what you shared earlier about compassion, that if you want to resolve conflict and you want to find common ground, usually people are thinking about their own thoughts, what their own needs are. So to widen that lens and with a compassionate heart, that is certainly a nice move in the answer for finding common ground and connection and resolving conflict. So thank you. Alec, please ask His Holiness your second question.
Your Holiness, my question to you is this. From your years of mentorship, teaching, and service, what is the most profound lesson you wish to impart to others? Thank you.
My main, I'll say, message, effort, I say, this is number one, my sort of commitment, entire 7 billion human being. We are same human being. Different culture, different location, different country, these are secondary. But basically, we are same. So we should think about humanity. Different culture, different language, that is secondary. We human beings have the ability to build, firstly, happy individual. That's mainly based on compassionate mind. Then through that way, whole world, we can develop a compassionate world on the basis of concept of oneness of all 7 billion human beings. We are same. We are human brothers, sisters. You see, my country, you see, my community, it is part of that. When we achieve whole world genuine peace on the basis of sense of oneness of human brothers, sisters, then these small problems on the basis of different nationality, different country, different area, automatically also reduce. So that's, now I born Tibet, and then come as a refugee in India. Now, I almost, you see, just one human being. And the condition in India also, you see, free, equal democracy. So I really very happy. So according to my own experience, I want to share with other people. You see, they consider oneness of 7 billion human beings. Only one world, one blue world. We have to live together. There's a much better sense of brotherhood, sisterhood, than my nation, my religion, their religion. These are personal matter. We have to think oneness of 7 billion human beings. Okay.
Thank you, Alec. And our final member asking questions is Eleftheria. Go ahead and please ask His Holiness your first question.
Hello, Your Holiness. I am drawn to your philosophy of and passion for environmental sustainability. My question to you is this: what advice would you give to us on how to best exhibit compassion for the environment? Thank you so much.
Now we also the sense of concern about environment, these things, not out of loving kindness towards environment, but mainly we human beings and other species of mammals, we have to live on this sort of planet. So, because of our own benefit, we have to think and make effort, preservation of environment. So, after a few decades, then global warming beyond our control, then something different. Till that situation happen, it is our responsibility to take care about the environment, because we have to live here. So taking care about the environment is something like taking care of your own home. Okay. So in the past, people little bit sort of narrow-minded, then not thinking about environment, these things. Now we develop more knowledge. The ecology also now something now degenerating. So we have the special responsibility to take care. Okay. Now next.
Thank you. I appreciate the topic of the environment coming up. Just yesterday, I was in an office and I saw a magazine. His Holiness was on the cover of the magazine, and it said, "This beautiful planet is our only home." They were quoting you, and you give a call to action to help the climate crisis. So, Your Holiness, thank you for all of what you're doing. I know you do a lot to help with the environment and help the climate crisis. Eleftheria, please ask His Holiness your second question.
Your Holiness, my next question to you is this: how do you feel about the role technology plays in today's society? And do you think it does more harm than good, or vice versa? Thank you.
The mechanic, these sophisticated sort of machines, these things are useful unless used for peace and carry sense of responsibility, then these technology, these materials are also the development very good. If we out of anger, fear, these mechanic thing used for aggression or eventually for violence, it's very sad, very sad. Otherwise, you see, this technology is very useful for us, and really we need. Okay.
Thank you. So Faith, Alec, Aleph, Korea, thank you very much for your thoughtful and relevant questions and for being here tonight. I hope you enjoy the rest of your experience here.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, we have 2 final questions for you today. Like many people around the world, at times our members might find themselves under a lot of stress. Now, I'm aware of the many benefits of meditation to reduce stress. Meditation reduces not only stress, but I am also aware it improves memory, enhances concentration, eases anxiety, depression, even trauma. And because of these and many other benefits, I personally meditate every day. And it is such a gift, both mentally and physically. And I know that you're a big advocate of helping advance the modern science that shows the benefits of meditation from your work with universities and facilities all over the world. So my question to you is, with meditation being a very practical tool that has scientifically proven benefits, what might you share about meditation? Or what might you recommend to our members as a way to get started with their own meditation practice?
Meditation actually strengthening mental ability. So, usually you see about Buddhist psychology, a science of mind, then 6 main mind, then over 50 minor minds. So now the main mind, usually you see the eye consciousness, ear consciousness, the consciousness of organs. And then there is 6th mind. So usually we very much follow sense of organs, seeing, hearing, like that. Now we should pay more attention, strengthening the 6th ability of 6th mind, because wisdom related with 6th mind, or compassion, altruism related with 6th mind, not sensorial. So therefore, we should pay more attention about our 6th mind in order to increase the ability of 6th mind, more sort of meditation. There are 2 types. Stand still, shine. Just one, mindfulness, remain mind, 6th mind. Then analytical meditation, the 6th mind. Then you see, use that we call wisdom. So in order to, usually we just, you see, follow the senses of organs, but more senses of organs just sort of what's the medium. The medium. The real sort of thing is the main mind. Now, anger also is a part of main mind. Altruism also part of main mind. So now, firstly, try to strengthening main mind's ability. So here, meditation, not following the senses of organs, but sixth mind itself. We call shamatha. Then, once you gain some ability to maintain sixth mind, sort of more stable way, then think analytical meditation, vipassana, analyze. So my daily practice, meditation, as the shamatha and vipassana. Very, very useful, very helpful. But meditation, not just close your eye and remain like that, not that way. You see, analyze. Analytical meditation is the real effect, change of emotion. The analytical meditation is really best weapon to tackle these destructive emotion. Once you gain some conviction, then meditate on it. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate this. My final question for you is this, and this is one we like to ask all of our guests, which is, why do you believe it's important for students to develop their leadership skills at organizations like NSLS or other groups, where they're identifying their passions and building skills to be a better leader?
Oh, yes, certainly. Future generation. Now, when we look back, too much violence is on the basis of my nation, my community. So now, future should be peaceful world. So future generation now should think about humanity, about oneness of human being, and think peaceful world. So now, teacher, I think, heavy responsibility and also very good opportunity. Teacher now should tell students warm-heartedness and unbiased sort of wisdom. And then also pay more attention, as I mentioned earlier, sixth mind. So, in school, if you start when class start, the few minute meditation, then as a student, let them use meditation. And then eventually they realize that how helpful to keep their restless mind and even you see their own subject, you see their mind not concentrate. So student gain more sort of experience, single-pointed meditation. That helpful you see, for their study also. Then analytical meditation. Although education, analytical meditation or analytical sort of type, always there, but still a special training about meditation and concentration and analytical meditation, not as a part of religious matter. It's simply training or sharpening our mind. So in school, a student, I think, should gain some experience, single-pointed meditation and analytical meditation, without touching any religious faith, simply increasing ability of our mind, like that. Okay.
Thank you, Your Holiness. I have found that the wiser the teacher, the simpler the message and the teachings. And there are so many simple and profound teachings that you've shared today that as we conclude, I just want to summarize some of what I've taken from today, which those sort of profound, wise, yet simple teachings are, if you want to change the world, which many of our members are out looking to do, if you want to change the world, change your heart, I heard you say. If you want a peaceful world, it begins with inner peace. And you have some of this happen by focusing on a sense of oneness. We're all brothers and sisters on this planet, that feeling and sense of oneness. I heard you say that change begins within. And when you begin within, coming from that place of compassion will help us be a better leader, help us resolve conflict better. And one tool to help develop that compassion, to take us out of states of anger or other, is meditation. So members, I hope you've gained some tremendous wisdom tonight from His Holiness. Your Holiness, it has been an honor to speak with you today. Thank you. Chuchicha.
And
before we end today, Chuchicha.
Thank you.
Before we end today, do you have any closing remarks for our students?
Basically, whenever I meet people, I have the feeling we are same human being. Whether we like it or not, we have to live together on this planet. And we have to face all these problems. Firstly, environmental problem, and then a lot of our own created problem. Now, through education, at least problem which we human beings created certainly can reduce. So that we all have the same responsibility and also same potential. So I'm just one of you. We are same. Brain, emotion, we all, you see, same. You see, different color, different religion. These are secondary. Important is we all born same way from our mother. We all grow with mother's milk. Same. Then end of our life, also we're going to same way to die. So while we alive, everybody want peaceful, happy life. So we each individual have the responsibility to find out what is the source of our today's problem, as well as in the past or problem in the past, or destructive emotion. So we must pay more attention how to develop peace of mind. So that's all. Then, as a human being, the most important, you see, three things: sleep, and food. I always have a 9 hours sleep, very sound sleep. Then, from early morning, I always feel hungry. So take a meal. So like that. And then toilet. So these are sort of three daily sort of work: sleep, eating, toilet. So the other colors, different religion, different nation, different race, these are secondary. Basically, we are same human being. Okay, so we all want a peaceful world, happy life. And the mechanic thing, since my childhood, I love, open my watch, open, and a little sort of problem I can repair from childhood, like that. So the mechanics are very helpful, very useful. If you see mechanic thing used for destruction, warfare, then very sad. Otherwise, very useful, very useful. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I am grateful for the work that you do in this world. Thank you for your message of compassion. And on behalf of our 1.4 million members, I wish you peace, kindness, and good health.
Thank you. Thank you. See you again.